crypto clan, my Kuma clan, HINA Inu family. We're gonna dive into this. We're gonna update. We're gonna give updates on what's going on with the market, where we're at, where we're heading to. As you can see, for the last 48 hours, just like the weather, the market has changed. Bitcoin has regained momentum. Luna Terra has broken its all-time high. We got a lot of things going on with the market, and just updates, important updates, because you're on the journey as a Kuma, as a Hina. You're on $1 million journey. If you're in this project and you've been buying the dip since the dip has occurred and continue to occur, which actually gives middle class investors and kind of some lower class investors too, as far as middle class, low class, economics, to enter this market. So when you see a market dip, people panic. People, oh my God, it's down, it's down. Not looking at it from a perspective is the glass is half empty and the glass can be half full. So meaning, yes, your portfolio pulls back drastically. It's like, wow, you're down, your money is, but you have a chance to enter this market and continue to buy the dip. And the longer that down period happens, if you look at it half empty to half full, it gives you chance to gain momentum and position at a more affordable price. Okay, so let's dive into this, right? So we look at Kuma. Well, we're on the HINA. We're going to start off with the HINA, and then we're going to speak on the Kuma, the big dog, where this market is heading and where the Kuma will be heading this year and into the future. Okay. So as you can see, you got your 7 day, right? It's a 7 day chart. As you can see, we had a nice push up, almost hitting that six, But on an overall perspective, looking at this market, you can see the buying pressure, the shoot up, the splash, and the overall thing with this market is this, right, guys? This is one of the new projects. We're looking at this project as patterns of time. You have your 90 days, you have 100 days, you have your year, So we're looking at this time and understanding this market as far as when is these patterns going to change and when are they going to change on our overall scale? When are we going to hit our all-time high and surpass it like the Luna? So that is one thing we're going to keep in mind. Okay, we had Kuma Inu. We were currently up, I believe it was around 45% yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, now with that 45, this is all buying pressure here, and this chart is looking, amazing, of course, because we have our buys, we have our sells, which is the taking profits, because we were down for a while. So I don't expect any crypto at this point to just, not all of them, of course, but it's just a pattern of repeated just going straight up. You're going to have your pullbacks. You got a day of mass buying and people are going to cool off and relax. And some people are going to sell, some people are going to take profits. This is just how these markets react. And that's why doing analysis, we must always go through our time periods, not just the day and the 48 hours, because we're looking at the overall kill shot. So when you look at these charts, it's really like looking at a piece of art on the wall. You see a car, some see a tree. That's how I look at these charts. Because it's like, what do you want in the market? And what is your overall goal as far as investment strategy? And once again, I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I offer financial advice. Just give you thoughts, ideas, things I've received from the big Kuma. Keep you updated on the journey. The journey of the $1 million Hina Kuma family. Okay? So as these charts progress, because we're looking at new technologies here. Bitcoin 2012, which is 2010. We're looking at a decade of a brand new financial technology. How long has checks been around? How long have credit cards been available? How long have bank accounts been available? So we have to understand when you see something, it's like cars, it's like airplanes, the Wright brothers, they create, these things stay here. They don't disappear. So we're looking at time as far as there are things being recorded in time, whether good or bad, whether we like them or we don't like them. That's time. You can lose time and not get it back. You can progress with the time that you spend and still not get it back. So either way, you're not getting your time back, you know. So when we say Bitcoin, we're looking at 50 years from now, 20 years from now, 10 years from now. You know, people live sadly for the day, and once you're stuck in the day and the month, you're not thinking of the whole full perspective of life. Meaning, okay, I got 80 years. This 80 years here, and after this 80, realistically speaking, let's say 80, you get 100. Let's just give you 120. These are less than micro expressions to the universe that's been around for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Okay? So, how does this relate to crypto? The existence that we see of Bitcoin is irreplaceable. It's growing. It will never grow backwards. So, time does not reverse. So, we're looking at these projects and this whole situation in crypto in a whole to say this. This was underground, not accepted, and it is hitting the momentum of acceptance. So we're going through, of course, new technology, new thing. There will be what we would say in a car. If you just create a car for your first time, I'm pretty sure that there were defects or possibilities to what? To what? Evolve. Look at the first car. Look at the cars we have now. Look at the older planes. Look at the planes we have now. Okay, so as Bitcoin evolves, I'm looking at evolution when I see these charts. So when Bitcoin evolves, what do we get out of that at 120 years? And let's be realistic here, guys. And let's just say 80 years, okay? Let's just start, I like to go under. So let's just throw the 80 on the table, right? What do we get out of that? Are you 34? Some people might be 40. Are you 20? What are you going to get out of these charts? Okay? So we're going to tap into something real quick just to invoke the thoughts from the Kumas to the HINAs and the whole crypto family. Okay? Get into some things and stuff and just, just look at some things.
First, the Biden administration thinks crypto could be a cash cow for the U.S. government. The administration's budget proposal sees crypto tax revenue totaling $11 billion by 2032, and $5 billion of that would be generated next year alone. It's part of Biden's call to modernize rules around crypto, which could include taxing crypto assets that rise in value even if they're not sold. Next, speaking of taxes...
Once again, we're not a streaming service. We use information because if information is given for educational purposes, sometimes we want to infer these things. That's some information that we consider educational is not really educational. It's more like I told on myself. Okay, so we're going to dive back into the reality of the Kuma, the HINA. I hear the comments. Is it going to the moon? What's going on? Oh my God. These projects are going into the nebulas. Kumas, the galaxy is gone. So we must focus on that aspect in general. This is what this is the Kuma Inu, HINA Inu family, Diamond Hand family. So with that being said, we're talking about long-term communication, long-term interaction. So if I'm going to be dealing with the Kuma and the HINA, right? I'm not going to overwhelm the community, nor should the community overwhelm each other. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't offer financial advice, just keeping you updated. So that is the overall of this journey. So meaning if we were Kuma Inus and HINA Inu, let's say we were a Bitcoin family in 2009 and we 10 years later, we all be millionaire Bitcoiners. So it's a game that we're focused on here. This is the game of thrones. This is the game of the kill shot. Like the hunter do. He run through it's the game of the buzzer beater championship. It's the game of winning. You must win your election. So we're looking at America. We're looking at, let's look at corporate and let's look at non-corporate.
Now on to some of the headlines. First, the Biden administration thinks crypto could be a cash cow for the...
Let's look at corporate and let's look at uncorporate. Okay? Let's look at having manners at the dinner table. Let's look at not having manners at the dinner table. Kumas, HINAs. So let's look at polarities. Now, what the polarities have to do with the crypto universe? Oh my God, where does he? Slow down. So, this is what's going on there. We have these technologies that come here. All it was underground. Okay, all the citizens of America then became millionaires and billionaires. People got rich. The government was not hearing. They wasn't really, it was just like, oh, who cares? It's not really going. And this thing grew like a thorn. It just blew. It's its own beast, its own entity. It's fully decentralized, full financial communications. And with that happening, we have a fat piggy bank sitting on a big dare or a possible winning game shot at the finals or a wow, I think I know the winning numbers to the lottery or something that is in front of your face that you cannot deny. Something that is drawing you in so deeply. And this was the crypto space. So when people say, "Oh, the regulations come," this is, and we can call it regulation, but it's just a good word to say. I need mines. Yeah. We're gonna tax this, and we can generate the bag from this. We're going to generate the money. So this technology is here to stay. It's going nowhere. So now, as investors, short-term investors, long-term investors, these things are not about, oh, is this thing is dead, it's not going anywhere. You're thinking for the day. You're living in the month. These charts are breathing through the years. Look at so you look at your 24 hours. This is 24 hours. This is your day. You woke up today. This chart represents its activities as it woke up today. So this is a digital life. Okay, this is what I did today. Did. You went to work. I fell asleep. You did this routine. In the digital world, we do our routines, families, kids, traveling, leisure time, etc. It did its weekly. That's what it did in a week. Some people get paid in a week. That's what happened this week. Some weeks, some days, some weeks, some months. So what I mean by that is this. We're looking at brands here. We're looking at corporations. We're looking at stores. We're looking at something that exists, but we can say in another dimension, realistically speaking. We can say that. What I mean by that is this: we're talking about a bunch of activities and thoughts and transactions that are all coming and creating this one pattern. So we combine all these different energies and we just put them here and we get our charts. So as far as Bitcoin, Kuma Inu, Hina Inu, we have big corporations that are dumping millions and they plan on spending billions in Bitcoin, of course. And as regulation hits this day, these regulators are really just preparing for the bulls. That's what people don't realize. When you see regulation, it's saying, "Oh wow, the money's about to pour in." Alcohol was illegal. People died in that war. And now they sell it right out the store, don't they? We had prohibition. So we're looking at a top hunter, a top gold digger, a top profession in its own craft. Whether you're a Jordan, whether you are a Tesla and an Elon Musk, whether you're a great inventor, we're looking at an energy, and this is the government, an energy that can focus one powerful thought. Just like these charts. Watch the wiggles. This is all people. This is all thoughts. So if you're investing money into this, is not you moving this thing. No, 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 no. So we all form and merge together when we move this thing. So this is what this entity does. This entity understands when the goal is popping. It's been written in history. We're talking about the most powerful country in the world. So when they mention regulation, it's like, oh, okay, wow, we got, oh, wow, so much money going on over there. Oh, we got to regulate over there. We're going to we're not going to just say we need ours. We're not going, oh, I need some money from this. Oh, now we're going to forget the such a professional word, regulation. Let's just say that we want money actually, and we can get some money from this. We can help run the government better, and we can get buildings from building. Oh yeah, So what that means is that these things is entering the period of acceptance. It's going to be right in your taxes, part of your credits, part of this part. It's going to become part of the full financial system. And this is what we're dealing with. This is the case. It is what it is. These brands, what makes them more stronger than businesses, the McDonald's, the Targets, the what makes them more dangerous than these businesses? Those businesses are physical. That's why we mentioned dimensions earlier. Them businesses are physical entities. You know, the earth could shift and cause an earthquake and crumble many businesses, many villages. But these digital thoughts, once the systems are all back online, they're still there. They're still possible because we're pushing thoughts. You'll have to crush a digital system, which is way more not happening. And so with that being said, yeah, because now it's it's locked away, and so we looking at that as how powerful these businesses are. As far as it's this whole business, a Bitcoin business. You got a Kuma business. You got a HINA, because they're gonna be here forever. And why they're gonna be here forever? Because they have no physical form. Uh, what happened to Blockbuster? I live in where's Blockbuster? Oh well, they sold out. They closed because what happened? Evolution happened to Blockbuster. Streaming services, this, that. It's pointless. Nobody wants to buy your or rent your DVDs or your it's a joke now. So the whole business just vanished. Not because it was a bad business structure, because evolution. So with the evolution of these projects that are going to be here for the next 10 years, it's not we're going to say, how is HINA Inu going to close down? That makes no sense. How is Bitcoin ever going to close down? Like 100 earthquakes can hit the earth. These businesses are like the freaking roaches. They will be here. So that is what we're dealing with. Now, as far as your short-term investors, your monthly investors, this is some things that you have to work out with yourself. You just got to work that out with yourself and your thoughts of where you want to stand at in this rise to power. Your short-term investors, you're going to come in, you're going to take some money, you're going to take your profits, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. That's great. So you're going to move with this. This is what you doubt. You're going to ride the wave. You're going to ride the wave. You're going to go with the ups and the downs. You're looking for your entries and you get out of this. And, you're making your money. You're taking your money out. Okay? But when we look at these projects and we look at this Bitcoin from where it started at, and we look at all these projects from where it's starting and where they're going to go at, the thing about it is this: the game just started. So you have your short-term game, and you have your long-term game. Well, you have people that have been having savings accounts all their life, went to work their whole life, went to savings and put 1,000, there's 1,000, and had $50,000 and it took them all these years. And imagine if these people were now waking up to say, "Oh my gosh, let me just start my saving and just keep putting money into crypto. I'm not even gonna swing trade, because you don't need to. There is no study from that. Just keep, you got a savings account." So what happens is this: if a person was to take that route, or you know, be these routes, just looking at the overall history of crypto and just looking at everything, it's just like just focus on facts, right? A decade, people are panicking over the market was down for 30 days. People only live for today, tomorrow, and sometimes a month, sometimes a year. But people don't understand the whole spectrum of how short it really is. It's nostalgia. Life is nostalgia. It's very short. You could be here, you could go there, you could poof. It doesn't stop. It's a circle. You know, there's 3, 6, and a 9 of the circle of life. So with that being said, is this: these projects are going to continue to grow. They're going to continue to develop. They're going to continue to move forward in the future. Okay, so this is why this is the Kuma Inu Hina Inu Millionaire Fan Club. Okay, these projects, 200x. We're looking at the facts of reality. 300. I'm talking 5-year spans, 6-year spans. So some people will toast to the millions. Some people will fall out of the marathon. Okay, so I'm gonna bring out some updates and stuff. Enjoy your morning and keep going.